everyone, I'm Caroline. That's not Phil. No, apologies, we've had a really silly evening. So nothing was done. Phil did manage to get back just in time. We had a minute and a half to go when he actually got down the stairs to the studio. And then he realised he hadn't washed any of the fines. We didn't have any fines. He hadn't done the printing for the questions. So he's busy sorting all that out. You just got me. So I'm a one-man band or a one-person band. Could be politically correct. For just the next few minutes. So I'm going to pop to the top of the chat and let's see who the first three in. I'll put my glasses on, I can't see a thing. First in was P. Mitch, well done. And in second place was Ian Davis. Well done, Ian. And in third place was Tina Thompson, Jez Pippin, Rachel Bailey to the post. Oh, it was very, very close. I've had a quick scan through the chat. I didn't have time to read much of it, but I can see there's a lot of things going on. There's been some really sad things happening. So, Phil, I'm sure his thoughts will be with you when he reads through. And I know Mankey has said that he's really feeling sad that other people are sad. But the only thing he can do, being a panda, is to give you all a kiss. So he's been hoovering. This is the end of my very ancient hoover. And so, pucker up everybody. Monkey's coming in with a kiss for you all. Mwah! Yes, I'm sure everybody feels better now. Thank you for putting up with Monkey. He does have his moments. Right, so we'll get on with a little bit of chatting because I'm waiting for Phil to come down before we really get stuck in. So while I'm waiting, let me know in the chat what your snacks are tonight. All I've got my mug here with fizzy water in. Nothing exciting. I haven't even got a bit of squash in it. I've just got fizzy water. But I do like my fizzy water. So I think I saw somebody saying they were having quavers in the chat. But I could be wrong. Well, last week we had some fun. We had to go, we were away, and so we settled down and Phil said, "Did you upload the video?" I said, "I thought you uploaded the video." So we thought, right, we'll upload the video because the internet access here is really good. The only thing is, as usual, download speeds, brilliant. Upload speeds, virtually non-existent. So after a while, it did start to go from 0%, and we were watching it, and we worked out by the time we got to 5%, it would be loaded by 10 o'clock the next morning. So we thought, well, this is silly. So we gave up then, and that's why we didn't have to do the show. And that's if I've got the right weekend. I think I have. There's been so much going on this last 2 weeks, I don't know where I am. Ah, here's the man himself.
Hello.
With some clean finds.
Yeah.
He did bring them down really dirty. I said, well, you need wet wipes because we're going to get really grubby off these. But now they're looking a bit cleaner. I wouldn't say clean, I'd say a bit cleaner.
Well, yours are. Mine are still ponking.
Ponkin, stinking ponkin. Right, let's see if I can get... I'm not sure how I get... You see the coffee shop down the bottom there? I'm not sure how I can get rid of that. So we... Oh, wait a minute. So, well, I'll let you know about the shop anyway. Seeing this there, Phil has been working on doing boxes of fines, and if you buy a box of fines over on the coffee shop, you get an included fine from Tom Burley, because he's given us a box of all the bits and pieces, well, not all the bits and pieces he's found.
Some of his bits
and
pieces.
pieces.
Yeah.
Some really brilliant things in there. So everybody who orders a box will also be getting a bonus by having one fine from Tom Burley.
And we have now dispatched, and people have received... I've dispatched 11, and I believe... The only one we haven't seen confirmation of receiving yet is going to Australia, so that might take just a little bit longer. But 2 have arrived in the States. One has arrived in Germany. We've had one arrive all over the country here. So, yeah, there's 11 gone out. So thank you to all those who ordered, because it is reducing. I've hardly touched the shed. I brought one box about that size up from the shed. Everything else I've sent out has come literally from stuff that can't get in the shed. So it was here in this room. Bottles, stuff on the shelves has been taken off and sent because I'm just downsizing. And I'm going to keep packing boxes for as long as people order them, for as long as we got fines to put in them. So there we go.
Ooh, let's have a look. I asked everybody what snacks they're eating. Trims and Things said currently having some Walker's cheese and onion. My favourite flavour. I think my least favourite flavour is ready salted. It's never got much taste to it. And have you noticed, or is it just me, that they're not putting as much flavouring into the crisps as they used to? I'm finding that they used to have a real zing, but most cheese and onion we get now are quite bland. So is it just me?
It may be that some of the flavourings they once used are no longer permitted. Perhaps people are trying to be a little bit more restricted with the E numbers because they're not so popular.
Oh, I hate to break this to you, but Kitchen Worker is eating Tunnock's tea cakes.
Ooh,
You like those, don't you?
Oh, yes.
A few malted milk and a bar of Galaxy chocolate for Ed. Hey, everybody round Ed's. Quick before he finishes that bar of Galaxy. And anybody else eating? No, I think that's it now. Oh, just a lot of people have just eaten or about to eat. Right, sorry, carry on.
You're mentioning Kitchen Worker reminds me of a comment from last night. I think it was Kitchen Worker said, was it your brother built a pizza oven out of the bricks from Allen Brickworks? I think that was Kitchen Worker that mentioned that. Because I'm sorry, I haven't got the bricks down here. They are here, they're out the front. I brought back bricks for John and myself. And I've now learnt that John is going to be in that neck of the woods before we are next. So I dare say by the time I go back to that brickworks, there'll be no bricks left. They'll all be in Mary's garden. Mind you, I think this time I'm safe in saying they won't all be in Mary's garden. No. There'll be some in the house and there'll be some on the street. Because what a festival of bricks. It was just amazing. As I said in the video, Tom had been saying for some time, Phil, I have to take you to the Allen Brickworks. I have to take you to the Allen Brickworks. And this time we made it there. And it was not a disappointment. I hope everyone enjoyed the video as much as we enjoyed the visit. And we thought we would wrap it up in a visit to the dump as well, so that for those who are perhaps not so brick orientated, it gave a little bit of something for everyone, wasn't it? That was the hope.
Yeah. Well, Rachel Bailey said, if I buy another box, could I have something made of lead, please? Now, we don't have, I don't think we've got anything of lead at the moment, but Tom has said that he's going to give us a box of lead fines. So
when we get those,
as soon as we get those, if you want
which will probably be the next time we go up.
Yes, which won't be long now. So we'll pick those up, and then yes, you can have some lead. And Tinkering Twin Laura said, I'm out of touch. Please explain the ordering fines. I'd love to help you downsize. Oh, that would be brilliant. We got so much.
Straightforward enough. On our coffee shop,
which I can just now click and ta-da!
On the link there for the coffee shop, you can see 3 sizes of boxes. That we are doing, so that it gives everybody a price range they can work with. In the UK, the prices of £10, £15 and £20 are postage included. I have added international postage, but I've tried to allow for the postage that's included. So if the postage to get it universal was £30, I've charged £25 and taken £5 out of the price of the box, because we're trying to keep it as low as we can, but obviously 2 kilogram box going to the States or to Australia.
Expensive.
I think Australia was £36 something, the States was £31 something like that. So, but we're trying to keep it as best we can, because we would love people who want to have fines. Nobody feel obliged to buy a box of stuff from the dump, but if you'd love to have those things. And what we're doing is, if anyone orders, I send you an email and say, is there anything in particular that you would love to find there? And if I've got it, I'll put it in. So obviously, if people have got a favourite item, some people say, oh, I'd love to have a pipe bowl. Some people say, oh, I'd love to have
an inkwell. People have asked for an ink, things like that.
And I think it was young Oliver, his wish was to have a Ridge pottery jar that had this is only original if it has the Hartley's label on it. And he thought one of those would be great, so we put one of those in Oliver's box. And it was just, so we try and put at least one thing in that people would like to have. Then we'll surround it with other finds. And we also include, as Caroline said, one find which is wrapped in a piece of paper. In fact, it'll probably be this week's We Recycle Year, because I've actually used all of the pages of Happy News that we've been reading, and I'm tearing them up, wrapping them around the Tom finds and putting on it Tom Burley find, so people know which one is from Tom. So that's what we're doing, but it's all on the thing. And if you need any more information or inquiry, just contact us on mudlarkin at AOL.com. That's
Yep,
always the
so our
place to get
website.
in touch. That's
Not
all.
a website, our web address.
Yeah, our email.
Message your email. That's the one. Right then. Where am I going? Oh, Lexi says Golden Wonder are the best crisps with plenty of flavour. We can't get Golden Wonder.
No.
We can get Walkers, and we can get like Morrison's or Asda's, but no Golden
And to be
Wonder.
honest, quite often,
I thought they'd be
the
closed down.
supermarket ones are just as good as Walkers these
they
days.
are nowadays.
Sorry, don't want to upset Mr. Lineker, but it's true. I don't know if Caroline's explained. I have my phone here with me tonight. If the phone rings, then I may have to suddenly disappear. Because I literally got back to the house at about 7 or 8 minutes to 9, because I've had to leave an hour before that to go over to my mum. My mum hasn't been very well at all recently, and she rang her buzzer on her alarm earlier, so they called me. I've been over, I've settled her down, I've put her comfortable, made her a cup of tea, and she's relaxed. But I've told her, any problem, just press the buzzer again, and of course, if she presses the emergency buzzer, I'm first call.
Yeah.
So I was glad to be able to get back, because I didn't want to have to cancel another show if we could help it. But as I say, I'm keeping the phone there switched on, so please excuse me if I get the phone call and I run. You all understand. And Mum's not well.
Right. Meryl said, have you received the email about the box with the brown insulator? So there
Yes,
you go.
and replied.
Oh, there we go. It's a mystery.
I
then.
hope.
Check it.
I hope I've
Phil
replied.
can check he really did reply. He
It's,
often thinks he's replied and he hasn't.
Yeah, do you know what? I said to Caroline, did you get all the stuff off the printer? She said, no, I didn't know it was on the printer. I said, well, it's not on the printer now. And when I looked, I pulled the page up and this afternoon before I went out, and I hadn't pressed print. So, yeah, I'm pretty good at writing emails and not pressing send and all sorts, I am. It's amazing.
I'm trying to flick down now because there's so much chat going on. I was holding it in one place and now everybody's chatty. So I'm hoping I'm not missing anything. Right. So I will start while Phil's looking for that with a find. And let's go for there. I thought that was one. There we go. Ignore me. I'm just getting confused. Easily done nowadays. I like this. Look at that. If I show you the bottom, in there is like a metal screw. And so I'm thinking, at first I thought it was like a candlestick, but there's also some metal in there. It's all completely welded to the ceramics. Isn't it amazing how well metal welds to ceramic? I would never have thought that until I found things on rubbish dumps. So I think that was the bottom of perhaps a lamp or even some sort of light or something like that. But it's really pretty. At first I thought it was that, English country garden, is it they call it? The tea set thing with all the pretty roses on.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is. I think
Country
it's
Rose or something.
Country Rose, is it? Right.
I think something like that. Old Country Rose?
Yeah, something like that. But it's
One
not.
of Mum's got, no.
It's just pretty. But I think that makes a really nice candlestick anyway, even if it isn't originally designed to be a candlestick. And also, for Phil, it makes a nice plinth. Well, I wonder if my lady, who's at the moment sat on a bottle, I wonder if she'll fit on there. No, even if we chop lots of bits off, I think she's going to be too wide. That would look good though, wouldn't it? And I like this because that looks almost as if she's pointing her toe down very gracefully. She's not, it's just a shard sticking down on the dress. If she was like that, doesn't she look like she's got a white shoe on and white stockings? But it's not going to work. So no, that's not going to happen. I'll stick her back on our bottle. There we go, back on your bottle, man. There we go.
Now, being an expert, John, you will know the weight of a brick. And as long as a brick is less than 2 kilos, then you can have a brick box, but it'll only have one brick in it. He said, Mary said, John wants to know when you start in brick boxes.
Or we could just stick a sticker on a brick. We don't even have to pack that.
That's right.
Mind you, I wouldn't want to be sending any sort of china at the same time as our brick. Can you imagine it falling off one of those big conveyor belts like a boof down and lands on everything?
Meryl, I'm on Caroline's computer, so I can't even begin to understand how it works, other than to watch the screen. So I will get on, and if I haven't replied, I'll definitely reply this evening. All right, I'm sorry if I haven't replied. I certainly intended to. It's not a problem, and I'll get back to you, no problem at all. Right, I think you just showed the bass thing, didn't you?
No, that's over your side.
All right.
That's what I was looking
that.
for. I showed
Yeah.
the candlestick. Have you got a question about the candlestick?
No.
Right. Well, do you want to show something you've got a question for?
Well, I could actually ask my first question because we haven't got the find year.
go
'cause
on then.
it's one that we didn't bring back with us for good reason. So
Right.
shall we have a jingle?
Oh, let's have a
Question
look.
jingle.
Question jingle. Where we gone? Why is we not coming on? There we
Hello,
go.
we're back.
We're back.
We're back. Okie dokie, folkies. Number one question is about a find that we could not bring back. And the reason we couldn't bring it back was because the rear of this find was covered in a very, very, very sticky tar substance.
Oh, yes, it was smelly and still very wet.
You couldn't, you touched it and you stuck to it. So that wouldn't have been good. But that was the enamel sign. We weren't sure. We had the D and the Y. And I believe said in the comments yesterday, dry soap was a possibility for that, dry soap. So whatever it was a soap one, we're sure of that. Lovely blue colour. So even though I couldn't bring it back, I can ask a question about enamel signs.
Here we
The
go.
process of making enamel signs was patented for the first time in 1859. But the earliest record of a factory producing them is in Wolverhampton in 1886. So we get the feeling somebody patented the process and they were making the odd one here and there, but to actually say, I'm going to be a producer of these signs, took until 1886 in Wolverhampton. And the factory employed 6 workers. But the demand was so big that the workforce quickly grew. How many people were employed?
Whoa, stop sending answers in.
How
You naughty
many-
people.
He doesn't count till Caroline says go. How many people were employed at the Chromographic Enamel Company Limited in 1906, 20 years after it was established? Did it go from 6 workers to A, 70, B, 130, or C, 200?
Go! Now's the question. So after Dan Fetters is the first answer we're going to take.
After Flower Girl's comment, wait, I did not hear go.
Yeah.
No, that's because there wasn't a go.
No,
They're
there
all
wasn't a
being
goal,
naughty.
but now there has been. So after Dan Fetters' comment, then you can put it
Right.
in.
So our first acceptable answer is from Sharon Patchett. I'm not saying that's right, but that's where it all starts.
Ooh,
So they're
interesting, eh?
flooding in now,
Yeah.
and I'm going to just take us up a bit to that one, so then I can have a quick look. Oh well, we've got all 3 answers on the first page,
that's always promising.
so it means somebody's got it right, doesn't it? I think at the moment, my reading of it is probably B is the most popular.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of bees, but is it right?
Well, actually, folks, in
not saying
1886, the Chromographic Enamel Company Limited employed 6 people, and such was the growth of the market. By 1906, 20 years later, they employed 200.
Impressive.
200 people. See, that's what manufacturing does for you, see? If you create an object and people love it, and they did love it because that's why there's so many. I've even seen a notice from the company and it's saying any size, any colour, any style. They really went for it because they realised this was so versatile.
Well, I suppose before that, you had to have somebody come and painfully sign write and paint it. And then you couldn't really wash it too much because otherwise you'd start washing the paint. It would get chipped and damaged and you have to have it redone again. Whereas, as we've seen with signs around the place, as long as they were kept in good condition, if they weren't on the ground or stuck in a barn somewhere, they're still as good as new today. A quick wipe over and they still look lovely. So you can see why there was a lot of popularity for them. It was once and done. You bought your sign and it would do you for the whole of your business.
And of course, something you said there, that is the offset. 200 people had jobs in the factory, but an awful lot of sign writers lost their businesses around the world as well.
Always happens,
Progress, there's always winners and there are losers. So, although Sharon was first in, she went with A, then I got a B, and then I get a C. So, first correct answer, go podium to Glenda Weiss.
Well done, Glenda.
Then we come down a bit then, and we get to Dan Fetters,
Well done,
who
Dan.
guessed C before I'd even finished the question, and then stuck with C. Well done,
Yeah, you
Silver.
got it.
And Ian Davis.
Well done, Ian.
And can I say, faraway portal, no, China doesn't count.
Although usually would.
In China. So there we go. So well done those who got C, because it was by far the least popular answer. But massive growth, 20 years from 6 to 200. That's big growth. And they only knew recently that the Wolverhampton factory was the first, because it was always believed that the first factory was in 1889, 3 years later in Birmingham. And then some documents turned up that showed that this factory had opened 3 years before.
Well, Laura,
Mind
Tinkering
of
Twins, said, I love the history of enamel signs. I've got a few myself, including a Victorian Bovril sign with a Victorian Bovril bottle. Oh, I tell you what, Laura, we'd love to see a picture of that over on the Facebook page. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I've never seen, I don't think, a Bovril sign.
No, it's,
You know, has he got a jar of Bovril on it? Does he just say Bovril?
strangely enough, the two that seemed the most popular seemed to be either cigarettes or garage products, oil,
yeah.
SO, people like that. They seem to be the ones that have survived and seem to come up for sale the most often. Of course, they were made for all manner of products, but they seem to be the ones that, in my experience, I've seen come up at auction the most. But as you say, they made them for just about everything, and Bovril would have certainly been in there along with the rest. So that's great. Go back up. Something moved and we disappeared.
Oh, right.
But
we're okay.
back.
We're okay with it.
We are back. Right. Well, I tell you what should we do now? Shall I show another find?
Go on then, you show a find.
Right. Well, I will show this find because I do have a question related to this
Well,
find.
we need to move on because it's nearly 25 past.
Because
Somebody was late.
Here we go. Wasn't that nice? It's pretty damaged,
Yes.
but on the other hand, there's a lot of it there. You get a sense of what it was. It was definitely sort of,
Move it up.
I believe, it was on a bar, and I believe there were matches in there, because there's the striker there.
There you go.
Now that I've washed it up, see the striker?
No, I haven't seen the striker. Let's have a look.
That's a striker, isn't it?
Yeah.
See it?
Oh yes, if I put it really close like that, you can see the lines on it. Wait a minute. There.
There you go.
Look at that.
So there was a...
So is it? Oh wait a minute, it's all the way round.
Yeah.
Every corner, whoops, there.
There are
It's got a
three
striker
sides
on it.
with strikers on and 3 panels with Bass in a bottle. Obviously, they were getting very proud of their bottles. Now, I did look up and I've forgotten when Bass started bottling. Originally, they were a draft ale. And then they went to bottles. So obviously, Bass in a bottle was a big thing when this came out. So this has got some age, I believe. Property of Bass and Co. Limited, something on Trent. And there's an N, so it could be Burton on Trent, I'm not sure. England. And there's a stamp mark in the bottom. So that was a well-made piece of China.
So if it was their property as well, you may find they gave them to pubs to put on the
Yeah.
side, but they never sold them.
No, that
It
wouldn't
wasn't
have,
yours. When your
No.
pub closed, they wanted it back.
this was the sort of thing that sat on a bar and it kept so people could have a match, strike it, but at the same time it was constantly advertising Bass in a bottle. And do you know what?
No, I don't know
See that triangle there that is supposed to be all red? That's a very interesting thing, that is. There's something very interesting about that.
Is there?
And I will tell you about that now when I give you the question.
Right, let's have a jingle.
Okay. The Bass Brewery was founded in 1777 by William Bass. And the simple red triangle logo is the oldest known trademark in the UK.
Ooh,
So there.
now we know.
It's the oldest known trademark in the UK. The company grew very quickly in its early years. exporting ale to Russia in 1784 and North America in 1799. But what country was included in the name of its pale ale right up until 1990? Was it A, India, B, China, or C, Africa?
Go! Now let's see who goes for China and is it right?
Okay, so the export business grew very quickly from there because they established in 1777 and 7 years later they were already exporting to Russia. And then just 2 years after they set up, they were exporting to America. So this stuff was going around the world. But it's not either of those countries that found its way into the name of their pale ale. In 1990, it reverted to Bass Pale Ale. But before that, it had a country name in it. Was it A, India, B, China, C, Africa?
Right, we've got a few
Okay.
people have gone for China. Are you right, or is Phil leading you up the garden path again? Not if Phil would do that sort of thing.
Well, I can see that the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people have gone for A.
There's a lot of A's.
Which
Is that a sign?
It is, because A is right.
Yep.
Yep, and I'm sure that all you clever people out there thought, aha, perhaps it's to do with the links between the United Kingdom and India, which was so strong during the time of the Raj. And it was, because it was to do with the supply of ale to all of the British troops that were in India. So it got the name India Pale Ale.
Yes, Trimson said that. IPA stands for India Pale Ale.
There we go. And it held that name until 1990 when it simply became Bass Pale Ale. But the connection was with the military presence that was vast in India and the amount of pale ale that went out there. So they called it, as you say, IPA, India Pale Ale. So all I have to do now is find who were the first three. Because, in fact, Lexi nearly missed her gold podium there. Because I'm looking for A's and Lexi got in first and she'd written the word India.
Ooh. But well done, Lexi.
Well done, Lexi.
Got it right.
She typed the entire word in and still got in first. So, Lexi, you get gold. Beata, you get silver.
Well done, Beata.
And the man with the spanner, Mr. Ed Creative.
Well done, Ed.
And then the rest of you, pat on the back because there are lots and lots of A's down there. But it is Lexi, Beata and Ed that take the podium places.
Well done.
Do you want to have some happy news?
Okay, then we'll have some happy news.
Yeah, before we have the happy news, just want to share some sad news because, of course, since we received the news from Paul about Christina's passing, we haven't actually been on a live show.
Right.
So we haven't been able. I just want to thank everyone. I was in communication with Paul. I asked his permission before I put up the picture and the message. I sent him a copy beforehand, and he was fine with me letting the closed group know because he knew a lot of people thought a lot of Christina.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to thank you all for your kind comments to Paul on there. And I've told Paul to keep in touch and to use the email address, and we'll keep in touch. But I just wanted to thank you all, and I'm sure to just say tonight, on behalf of everyone associated with this channel, those who view it, those who support it, those who make it, our heartfelt sympathy goes to Paul.
Yeah.
Because Christina has been fighting this illness ever since we've known her through the channel, and she has done it bravely. And she and Paul, and what an inspiration they were to us when we were all on a live show, part of their wedding.
Yes, it was great.
Which was
fun, wasn't
wonderful.
It? Yeah.
So I just wanted to make mention of that. So I thought I'd mention it now, and now we'll go to the happy news.
Right then, so let's have a jingle. Okay, right, I have no idea what this is. And I'm not going to laugh all the way through it.
Try not to.
Daredevil raises thousands for a hospice at 94. a 94-year-old man decided to have a go on the world's fastest zip line. I would make a useless newscaster, wouldn't I? To raise money for his local hospice care. Great-grandfather of 4, David Harris, lost his beloved wife in June to cancer 5 years ago.
His beloved wife, June.
Sorry. His beloved wife, June, no. To cancer 5 years ago. For the last few months of her life, she'd been cared for by St John's Hospice, which also provided end-of-life care for one of David's friends, Mr Kilby. Together, 94-year-old David and Mr Kilby's 70-year-old widow Narelle took a trip to the Zip World in Penrhyn Quarry in Wales for a ride on the fastest zip line in the world that can reach speeds of 100 miles an hour. They both looked to raise money for the hospice care that helped them at such an unhappy moment in their lives, and the pair generated more than £9,500. I heard of the zip line, but I didn't think to do it until Narelle mentioned it to me, David said. When we rang up to book and I said I was 94, they said I'm probably the oldest person to do it. They checked and that turned out to be true. On the day, the zip line was all over and done in less than a minute because it was so fast. He added, I was nervous but also excited and I really enjoyed it. Whoa, I don't know if I'd want to go on that now when I'm not 94. No. That's really great. What a way to raise money, isn't it? Yeah. I do. I think I'd find something else.
I think at 70 you're pushing it to have a ride on a zip line. I think
at my age I don't think I'd want to do that.
On a zip
very
line,
brave, isn't it?
100 mile an hour.
Oh, Tom, thank you so much. We've got, let me see if I can find out. I should have a little yellow box, but I think that's disappeared. Have you got, £10 super chat from Tom Burney. Thank you ever so much, Tom, and we really do appreciate it. Thank you ever so much.
You are a gentleman, sir. I say it every time, but it is so true, and I know everyone out there agrees. And now we know you're on. We thank you again for your generosity.
Yes.
11 people have now received Tom Burley gifts.
Yes.
And we'll be continuing to send them out for as long as the boxes are selling. So thank you for your kindness. From all those who've received the boxes, I'm sure they want to thank you as well, because it was very kind of you. Very kind indeed. And thank you for the support tonight.
I've enjoyed rummaging through the box to see what's in there. It's brilliant things.
Yep. Here we go. Right
then, so I'll do another fine now, is it?
Go on then. It seems you were clean ones. That was my only clean one.
2 fines at the same-ish sort of time. And they're not very clean, so you've
I washed the outside.
Right.
And I did try washing the inside, but I was being quick.
Yes, you failed. Look at that. I could grow plants with that. It's so grubby. But I just love the shape. Look at that. If it was just a circular bottle, it wouldn't be so much fun. I just think that is lovely, and I don't know why. I can't
say. There's water in it, so don't tip it over.
It's a screw top, and I don't know why it appeals to me so much, but it's just fun. I think that's the best way to describe it. Absolute fun, as is this one, and this is the one that I'm going to have to put my glasses on and take my time. This is 6 fluid ounces, 5 fluid ounces of glycothymoline. So there we go. A bottle of glycothymoline.
Interesting shape, that.
It is. I like the name. I think the name that I've never had a glycothymoline bottle before, so that's fun. But also, it's got this. It's not a screw top, and I love these tops. They're just very apothecary type. You can imagine the little glass stopper in there and some glycothymoline inside. But look at that. It's like a dumpy square. It reminds me a bit, only a bit, of. I don't know if anybody saw the Dimple whiskey bottles. I know they were 3-sided and dimply, but it's just got that same sort of edging on it. I don't know if it makes any sense to anybody else. It just reminds me of a dimple bottle, even though it has no dimples and it's got one extra side. When I was a little girl, we had a dimple bottle on my mother's bedroom windowsill, and we were going on holidays to Skegness Butlins. Ooh, I tell you, it was dead posh. And we saved all our sixpences in there. If ever anybody got a sixpence, in the jar it went. And then when we went on holidays, we emptied the jar and took all the sixpences with us. Must have cost an extra £1 in petrol to get there. And that was in the days when it was like 40p for a gallon of petrol. So they're my 2 cutie bottles.
There we go. Tom was saying he's still working on his Brickworks video, and he hopes to have it ready in a couple of months.
Oh, that's going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
We'll definitely check that out when it comes out.
Because we were so tired when we were there, we didn't actually get to all the levels, but Tom has visited all the levels, and he has done a far more in-depth coverage of the artwork and everything else. So I'm sure that's going to be an amazing video.
Yeah, definitely worth tuning in for that one.
Oh,
speaking of videos, before I go any further, Many of you remember our grandson Max.
Oh,
And
yes.
He's started a new YouTube channel. He's letting his mum and dad help a little bit.
And Granny and Grandad
Oh, yes.
have got a cameo piece in their very first. They got
Yes.
a 7-minute video up, the very first video, and we're in it.
Yes, you'll see a reflection of Phil in a mirror, and then you see Phil wandering around, and you'll see me with this big scarf on because it was it January or February, and I was freezing to death, thinking, "Will you hurry up and get that caravan in?" I was freezing.
Yeah,
So, but we're
you're
on there, and I put in. I don't think. Wait a minute. I think I may have it on my. Oh, I don't think they're
Well,
going to let me type now.
On YouTube, it's ready, steady, toe.
Yes, in the description of this video, if you look down below, the link is to that, so it would be great if you can pop over. If it's the sort of thing you think you'll watch, then they really would appreciate subscribe, so that would be great. So thank you ever so much just for looking. I'm going to see if I can put it in now, because for some reason... Oh, thank you, Ed. Oh, dear. Ed's put the link up for some reason. I've got to sign in to chat. And you know me, I don't want to touch anything because it could all explode. So, there you go. Ed has put the link down for everyone. Yeah, it's already in.
There we go.
Don't worry, Ed's done it. He's very
Well
efficient.
There
Lucky
we
we've
go.
got some efficient moderators. They keep us going.
Yeah. But no, I watched it, and I've got to be honest, I was well impressed. But I've got to say that in the intro, I believe Max is completely upstaged his dad.
Oh, yes.
Yes. If you only watch the intro, it's
First
brilliant.
3 seconds, very good.
Very good, yes. His narration is spot on. I reckon he's got a future in sort of narration and captions.
Yeah.
Shall we do another question?
Let's do another question.
Okie dokie, folks.
Hello, Linda.
I haven't got the find for this because they are all up outside the front door. It's the bricks. I found a few different bricks at the Allen Brickworks. But which did I find first? A, an Allen brick, B, a Brighouse brick, or C, a Birkby brick?
Go. Right. Oh,
Right.
Ribble Finds and Crafts, a great little video I subbed already. Thank you ever so much, Steve. That's really kind of you.
Yeah.
And Rachel said he's got his grandfather's gift of the gab. Definitely. He's not shy in the least. He's just like his dad and his granddad.
Oh, here come the answers.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I can't remember the question
I've already
now.
got B, C's and A.
Which one
It
was
was which of the bricks did I find first at the Brickworks?
Ooh,
I was at the Allen
right.
Brickworks.
Ooh.
Did I find an Allen brick first, a Brighouse brick first, or a Birkby brick first? A, B, C. Which do you think? And we've had an array of answers, including all. So we're gonna have
Should
to
be okay. Right. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. At first, I was thinking, are we going to find any bricks? Because although it was a brickworks and things were built of brick, they didn't tend to be the ones that the brickworks made, because obviously they weren't built to make the bricks to build the brickworks. If you see what I mean.
But when we went through, when we followed Tom through into the forest,
Oh.
well, as you saw, and by the way, folks, you may have noticed that when we did the musical tour of the what can you call it? The massive bricks through that forest, that there was a glimpse of me, so I wasn't filming. No way was Caroline climbing over those bricks. So our guest lighting engineer, Mr. Tom
yes,
Burley,
he's
was
amazing.
also our guest cameraman.
Yeah.
Because
cool.
Tom filmed that section for us, and then we put it in music. He filmed it on our camera.
Last time Tom filmed something on our camera, it was we were climbing down the river. Was about 5 feet down, like about 4 foot, say 5 foot. It was really deep. So Phil got down, and then I went to the edge. Phil picked me up and lowered me down, and I said to Tom, "Don't film us," and he filmed us because he was holding our camera. So that's on one of the videos somewhere. If I can just answer Ed, he said, "Caroline, with you being so busy, have you found time to make a crafting video this week?" No, I haven't, Ed. I completely missed it this week. And there's a little bit of a change to plan anyway, in that I'm going to have to reduce my Christmas craft stash. All the bits and pieces I got off Christmas, I've got a lot. So I'm going to be doing Christmas probably for most of the time when I do start again, right the way through now. So be prepared. There's going to be glitter everywhere. You know what it's like whenever you do Christmas craft. Well, not whenever, but most of the time there's something messy involved.
Right, we've got the answers in, and I can see that we have at least 3 correct answers. Because the first brick that I found and showed on camera was a Brighouse brick. And as I explained on the camera, I have found a Brighouse brick at the Allen Brickworks because the brick buildings at the Brickworks were made from bricks from other places, which was understandable because if you hadn't actually built your brickworks, then you weren't going to be able to make the bricks to build it. Also, you've got the issue that the bricks they made, the specialist brick they made, was the glazed, heat-resistant bricks, which is why they were perfect for making a pizza oven.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are glazed and they are heat-resistant. So the first brick I found was a Brighouse brick, which is B. So go podium for Ian Davis.
Well done, Ian.
Silver podium for Trims and Things.
Well done, Trims and Things.
And Sharon Paget has got the bronze.
Well done, Sharon.
There we go.
And Tom said, I hope you were okay afterwards. I think we were all tired by the time we got back to the cars. But the next day, Phil kept saying, oh, I've got terrible pain in my shoulder. And he was from carrying the bricks. I forgot.
But in fairness, when we were coming back, Tom did say, Phil, do you want me to put a couple of those bricks
it was a lifesaver,
in my backpack? Which really did reduce the load.
Yes.
It really did, because I was being too greedy. But see, I just knew I would never be able to look John in the eye if I didn't bring one back for him. Now I'll never be able to look Mary in the eye because I did.
Sorry, Mary.
So I've got you a brick with Alan Halifax on it.
It's always the same. We go out with Tom and we set off. Oh, isn't this fun? And by the time we get back, all 3 of us are, can't hardly stand.
He'd kill us.
We have such fun. We go to places we'd never go on our own. So thank you, Tom, for all the places you take us. It's real fun to be there.
Indeed. Shall we have
Your happy news?
some more happy news?
Here we go.
You can't have too much happy news.
2.
Amazing how a community can pull together. Over 11,000 small donors have managed to raise £245,000 to repair a library in Liverpool that was set ablaze during a spate of violent acts of disorder that took place throughout England and Belfast. The hub had recently been transformed into a community space with job training and outreach activities for some of the most disadvantaged parts of Liverpool. But the rioting left the whole ground floor badly burned. I've always loved to read as a child, and seeing a library and community space destroyed broke my heart, 27-year-old Alex McCormick said. I felt helpless and wanted to do something to help, and thought fundraising would be a nice way to replace some of the books lost in the fire. Alex described herself as being overwhelmed by the response and the sense of community when £245,000 was raised by 11,000 donations. And on Monday, work started to restore the hub to its former joy. I thought that was a lovely story. Obviously, the events that led up to the burning of the library have gone all around the world. Everyone around the world will have seen all the sad situations and the riots and everything else. But I thought, isn't it beautiful that even out of all that mayhem and chaos and destruction comes a story. And what I loved about this story, this 27-year-old lady felt, I wish I could do something. so decided to set up a fundraiser, which then allowed 11,000 other people to do a little something. But when 11,000 people did a little something, they raised just shy of £250,000.
Not bad, that.
And the workmen are already in there restoring this place, which will be a beacon of hope, because the sad thing is that the destruction was actually destroying something that was such a blessing to the community. Not only the books for the children to be able to read, but the computers for them to use, and the job training and everything else. But that's coming back because it shows there are far more good people than there are those who carry out the violence. And I thought I'd share that because I knew everyone will have heard on the news about the riots. But folks, good things are happening too. And whilst we have to deal with the bad stuff, we also have to keep reminding ourselves of the good stuff so that we keep the joy and the strength to keep going. But if anyone's out there and you're feeling, I wish I could do something, I hope you're encouraged. Every little helps. Every little helps. There we go. That's my happy news.
Right, Linda said she enjoyed my quilting fabrics. I had a huge quilting fabric haul, so that was on my video last week. And Tom said no Halloween craft video. Yes, I am going to have to crack for Halloween. I wasn't going to buy anything new for Halloween crafts, and I saw something in the range and I just couldn't resist.
She cracked.
It's very silly and I can't wait to use it. I'll say no more.
Hello, Mike.
Hello, Mike.
As you say, absolutely, it was my granny's motto, better late than never. It's wonderful you could join us, mate. I was almost late as well tonight.
Mary said John wants a Christmas brick advent calendar. Now that would actually be fun, but you really, if you were going to put them in the calendar, you'd need to have that made of wood. You'd have to get a proper, like, almost like a printer's tray thing, only huge.
We could
and
do
very strong and with handles on.
We could do our own version of the 12 bricks of Christmas.
That'd be more reasonable.
Yeah. And then we could use the different
names.
names.
You put from the 12th day of Christmas, my true love saved to me 12 bricks. And then on the 11th day of Christmas, my true, it's not going to work, is it?
Then you go, one Brighouse brick, one Berkeley brick, one Allen brick.
Or even do 12
brick.
12 Tredegar bricks, 11 Ebbw bricks, 10...
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll find a way.
No, probably best not to.
I'll work on it.
So, let me have a look. I think that's it. Oh, a flower girl said, can't start Christmas crafts too soon. Christmas is a scant 4 months away. I know, that is scary. I'll tell you what, anybody any idea what day Christmas Day is this year? We went through a phase where we were on for Christmas Eve the one year, we were on for Christmas Day the next year, but I think last year it was like the day after.
So I'm going to say Monday.
Monday.
Because I think my birthday's on Thursday.
Right.
For some reason. I'm sure, because we've booked to go away for my birthday.
Right.
I think. No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
No, that was our anniversary.
This is getting confusing.
No, our anniversary's on a Thursday. Ignore that, folks. When is Christmas?
When is Christmas? Because it always is nice if Christmas or Christmas Eve falls on a night when we got our live show. So that'll be a bit of fun, if so. Oh, my battery's running low.
Oh, have you got your lead?
No, I haven't. It's your lead. Can you probably get it?
I will run.
Please.
I will run.
Thank you.
I will run.
We really don't want this computer to die. If we disappear, hang around. We will be back. Run! Wednesday. Oh, Faraway Portal. Christmas is on the 25th this year. Oh, apparently all day too. Right then, so on a Wednesday, we'll have to have a think. We may, I won't promise it, because I know we've got a very busy Christmas day. It's one of those Vicar of Dibley experiences again this Christmas. So we've got a very busy Christmas day, but we'll look into perhaps... What do you think? Are you game for coming over for a Christmas live show? We'll see how it goes, see what people think if they come over on the Wednesday evening. Let us know how you feel, and I say I can't guarantee it, but if you fancy it, then we'll see what we can do. We'll just have a silly half hour, and we'll bring some food along. And
you powered up?
Just a second, I've got to plug this in.
Well, I take a lot of trouble to bring it down. You haven't plugged it in.
I can't find I'm not used to your computer, wrong side.
Around you. Hey!
There we go. Oh, it's all lit back up again now.
Yeah.
It all dimmed down. It was like,
We had an
I'm gonna shut
orange
off.
warning sign up and everything. Oh, my leg.
There were Laura said it's leap year. So it skipped.
There
Right.
you go.
Ooh, they are. They're supposed to be the day when... That's very archaic, isn't it? It's supposed to be the day when women can actually propose to men nowadays. It really doesn't make
Anyway.
any difference. That's right. If a woman wants to propose, she'll propose. So I wonder if there are still more proposals on leap year. And how many people who are
Out
going
of
to do that?
tradition. People will do it out of
I
tradition.
suppose they know they're going to propose
They
that
could
day
do
and
it,
they
or
wait.
they do it out
yes,
of
and,
just for a bit of fun. Could I suggest that being 10 to 10, we have another question?
Okay then. Let's have a look a second. Right, so we do have a strong maybe from somebody. I'll only be 1 minute now. Strong maybe from
I'm
Flower
available
Girl.
for Bonnie Tyler fan.
Ed doesn't know what he's doing. And right, so we do have, it will be, highlight of Christmas will be spending it with you lot, lol, Lexi. Right, so we could have 3 or 4 people. Right, we'll see what we can do about coming on. Right then.
We'll have to see if we can stick a poll up on the Facebook group.
Yeah, it's interesting to know.
We've got
how many
100
people
odd
along
people
anyway.
in. People can register then if they're going to be interested or if they think they may make it.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
It's another brick question, and this time it's about the brickworks itself. The Allen Brickworks was established in 1887 by Henry Victor Allen. But when did it close? Did it close in A, the 1940s, B, the 1960s, or C, the 1980s?
Go! Right then, Linda. No, wait a minute. Linda said, what was the question? The question is, would you be interested in a live show for an hour on Christmas evening? And Anna Goodwin said, yes, we'd very likely be there. D. Dorothy Papagno, I join you.
I think there was a message from
Sorry, it's
somebody
very
else
difficult
saying that.
flying up.
Yeah, because the questions come in there. So I think somebody said, sounds like a great idea.
Right, okay then, so it's looking good. So as long as we can arrange it then I think that's enough of us to have a party, isn't it? So we'll do something for Christmas. We'll plan now. Anybody's got any ideas what we could do for Christmas? We'll definitely all have to say what snacks we're having, what drinks we're having. And we'll all have to dress up in something festive.
There we are. Sue Smith, yes, I'll be there. Rachel Bailey, I'll be there. Two
Right.
kisses.
Oh, it's going to be a crowd at this rate.
It
So
is going to be the biggest party on town.
I'll remind you closer to the time. It's no good sending them in yet because we'll lose them because we get so many emails in. But what we'll do throughout December is you can send pictures of yourself in your Christmas attire, whether it's just a pair of silly Christmas glasses or a whole Christmas outfit.
If they're sent on any time, if they're sent on the email, I'll be able to save them then because the email
Right, okay, right. So you're going to
it's more difficult in the
Like, people
Facebook.
won't have their Christmassy bits
No,
on, I
but,
suppose, at the moment. But yes, and if you're going out for a Christmas party, just grab a snap of yourself then, and then we'll on Christmas, we'll do a little bit of a music thing with showing all the different people. Or we could just say, and here's Rachel, and here's Lexi, that sort of thing. That's always a bit of fun, isn't it? We could even have a fugly Christmas jumper time. We could all make silly, ugly Christmas jumpers and wear those. That might be fun. So, or some you could. You know, maybe we could decide. Phil, you could make your own ugly Christmas jumper, couldn't you?
No,
I'll make one for you.
thank you.
It'll be better than those jingly bells.
I've
You all remember the jingly
a
bells.
perfectly good jingly jumper.
Drive me
Right
bananas.
then, let's get back to the question.
Right, okie dokie.
We're doing Christmas very early this year. The correct answer is not the most popular answer by a long chalk. I would say the most popular answer is the 1980s, but the correct answer is the 1960s.
Right.
So, the first correct answer was Trims and Things. You
Well
get
done,
gold.
Trims and Things.
Okay, you get the gold. Lexi B went B, so you get the silver.
Well done, Lexi.
And I've got to come down through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to find Faraway Portal.
Well done, Faraway Portal.
You take the bronze. So there we go. And I think Sandy Black had a B further down, but B was by far outnumbered. It was a massive
Yeah.
amount throughout the 1980s, but no, it closed in the 1960s. So considering it's been closed for 60 years, there's a fair amount of the building still standing. You know, after 60 years it's being left.
Yep.
And of course there's a fair amount of graffiti too.
Right, Flower Girl said, no photo of me, I would use a cat face like the one the lawyer got that went viral. At the end of the day, you can just take a picture of whatever it is you'll be wearing, lying over the sofa if you want to. Not you lying over the sofa, the item lying over the sofa.
Ordinarily, this would be shiny and clean so you could see all the colours. But I didn't get to clean this one up. But I did bring it down to show the teapot did get in. And all it's got is a ding there and a ding there. So that's a pretty good teapot. As did teapot lid. But I think that's a coffee pot lid. Because see the holes there to let the steam up?
It's very long, so it was a thinner, smaller and thinner jar.
But it actually does sit
body.
all right on top of there.
It looks fine.
And along with that, I brought back this one.
The pretty one.
So it's got a pretty pattern on it. See the flower on the top of the leaves? So that is going to look a humdinger because that is in perfect nick. So that will go on one of my teapots.
I'm sure you'll find one that it fits. He's got a lot.
Indeed. I'm sure to find some. But I've even, do you know what? I've even sent a teapot out in a box. Somebody got a teapot in their box because they said they'd like one.
Yeah.
So they got a teapot.
There we go. If somebody says, could they have a fill in their box, we'll see if we can pack you in.
I'm not under 2 kilograms.
No, this is a point.
Way over.
Right, then I'm going to show you two of my finds, which is Vino's Lightning Cough Cure. So that will cure your cough quicker than lightning.
Ooh, good.
I'm very dubious as whether it did. And I've got this pipe bowl that we found. Look, it's a big chunky one. It's surprising how heavy that is compared to other, you know, it's not compared to most things, but compared to the average size in a pipe bowl, it's quite heavy. And this says something and 6. See if I can put it there. Come on, focus. You can do it. You can do it. No, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It doesn't want to do it. It keeps focusing. There we go. So I'm not O'Brien. I'd say that is. Do you reckon that's
probably a
O'Brien?
number 6 because you probably get different sizes.
Yeah, so that's number 6, which is like big enough to knock somebody out, I reckon. It just feels really weighty. So,
right.
There you go, that's my height.
I've got one more question before the ultimate one.
Right,
so
we're
can
going to
we
go
get
really
this question
quick.
in?
Really, really quick now. It's a
a
lightning round.
Graffiti question.
It's going to be a quick question time, Jingle. That was it?
A graffiti question, because how could we leave out all that graffiti and the artists that made it? First drawings on walls appeared in caves thousands of years ago, and the ancient Romans and Greeks wrote their names and protest poems on buildings. But where is it believed that modern graffiti appeared in the early 1960s? Was it A, New York, B, Chicago, or C, Philadelphia?
Go!
Right, let's have a look. What are we going to get? Let's have a look at... Ooh.
Right, we've got no answers coming in yet.
Yeah, the old O'Brien's fake branding as a fraud on poor itinerant Irish workers. That's what Tom was saying.
Right, oh, they
He was getting them to buy their brand, but it wasn't genuinely
so this is
Irish.
a fake. Look at that. Look, everyone, take a close look. Fake, fake, fake.
According to the man who knows a lot.
Yes, if Tom doesn't know, says it, then I think we're pretty sure he's right.
I assume he was referring to that anyway, because I seen it come up.
Right then, who do we have a winner?
Yeah, hang on. Lexi thinks it's China.
Right.
But he wasn't on the list. So, we do have a winner. In fact, we have Mr. Ed Creative with gold, because he's gone C, Philadelphia.
Well done, Ed.
And Sharon Paget has gone silver because she has the C as well.
Well done, Sharon.
And nice to see Colin Scott on the podium tonight.
Well done, Colin.
So now all that remains to do, folks, is to ask you the question. Do you agree with me about how many times you saw Mankey in this week's video? Please tell me, how many times do you think Mankey appeared in this week's video.
Stop giggling, Monkey. Can you hear
Go
Monkey
for it,
giggling?
folks. There's no A, B's or C's. There's no numbers. You just give me you a
Go,
number.
go.
What do you think? Put a number up there.
Right. Oh, there's nothing coming in. Oh, wait a minute. We've got A, which will count as a 1.
Oh, now we go.
8, 17. Lexi's going for big time. Trims and Things 9, Ed 4. Oh, here comes Ribble. Here comes Steve. What's Steve got to say? Now, Steve says 10 times.
Right.
Oh, now that's not the answer Phil's got written down. Right. Oh, we got 5, 7, 10, 6, 8. Right. Nobody's got the right answer so far. Interesting. Well, according to Phil's calculations. So, no, we still haven't got a right answer. Keep guessing, everyone. Keep going, because we haven't got a right answer yet. And there's a first, second and third, so come on. Stick some numbers down. Let's see what we can do. Right.
Okay. Let's have a look here. Yeah.
There we go. We've got one right answer in.
Okay. The prize goes to Ian Davis.
Well done, Ian.
Ed Creative.
Well done, Ed.
They're the only two with the right answer.
Are we going to get another somewhere between 1 and 100?
But
vaguely right, yes.
I will go back up and give a shout out because they got the 11. Jen W was close on 10.
And in comes Laura, Tinkering Twins and their mom with 11. Well done, Laura, you got third place.
Ribble Finds and Crafts, brilliant spot in. The only one you missed, Dave, is at 2018. 2018, you got 1704, you got 2136. At 2018, when Caroline is doing the show Into the Rooms, Monkey is stood on a brick on the floor. That's the only one you missed. Brilliant work, but it was 11 this week.
Well done for those who got 11. We got there in the end. We actually got 3 11s.
We did, and it's gone 10 o'clock, so our hour is more than done.
Yes, so thank you everyone for joining us. It's been great fun.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same without you.
Nope.
And I so wanted to be here tonight, and it sounds like Mum's probably having a nap because she hasn't rung anyway so far, but I dare say I don't know if I'll make it through the night tonight. So thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for joining in the quiz, because it would be a shame to make all the questions up and nobody answer.
I could try.
It would be a shame to turn up here and nobody be there. But as it is, they are turning up and we've had a great night.
Yes, so thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time. But until then, don't forget, have fun. Bye.
Bye.